I think the most traumatic experience I ever had was when I was 12 years old and I went on the most insane mind altering hallucinations. Like, it was just, I still remember everything as if it happened yesterday. And it's not as bad as you think. It's not like I had, done like shrooms or something. It was just a mistake. So, like, I have ADHD, as does everyone else, it seems like these days. And I was medicated as a kid, and this is like a school night, just like any other night. And my mom always would lay out the medicine on the counter, right? I would go upstairs, uh, I would take the medicine, I would go to bed, and everything was fine. This is just like any other day. And something, an oopsie happened. So my mom, she has constant migraines, and there's like I don't know what the medicine is, but she has like this medicine she takes that basically helps prevent that, but it's really strong. And it just so happens to look just like the medicine I would take for my ADHD. And, well, I'm sure you can already guess where this is going. So I think it was like a white round pill. I don't know, something like that. And, mine kind of looked like that. Oh man, it's I don't know. It's just hard to talk about. It just kind of it's making me freak out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know if I want to talk about this. But I had taken this medicine which I thought was my own, but it turns out that, well, no, this was my mom's migraine medicine. And oh my, oh my, oh my, did things go bad. So I just, yeah, I wanted to tell you about this journey I went on. It was not a journey. It was terrifying. So where do you even begin? So I take this medicine and I go to my room to go to bed, and I think everything's fine. I noticed that I was having trouble going to sleep. But other than that, it was fine. I think I was like watching TV. Oh yeah, I forget they like steal your shit. My bad. So yeah, I was going to sleep, and then I wake up and something's off. I just know immediately that something doesn't feel right. And that would be the fact that I'm literally becoming high as fuck. So at 12, like, I don't even know. You don't know what the hell's going on. Like, you don't know. And the first thing I saw that was weird was oh God. Okay, well, I had a teddy bear, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I was 12. All right, I had a fucking teddy bear. I'm just gonna say it because I mean it's a part of the story. It's not like I cuddled that shit, but I have one. And I was looking at it. Like, I'd woken up, I was looking at it, and just the ears were missing on it. Like, it was like, it usually has ears. They're not very big, but I was looking at it and I'm like, where the fuck are your ears at? It's just very strange, very strange. So I was like, just, focused on this teddy bear, no ears. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I lay back down. And then my vision inverts. Like, it goes completely upside down. So, like, just imagine you leaning your head off the bed. It was like that, but I was upright. Yeah, that was bad. That's when I knew things were really bad. Like, I mean, fully switched. It was just insane. I mean, oh. So, okay, the vision inverts upside down. I don't know. I'm beginning to freak out a little bit. Still kind of freaking out about it. And I think I don't even move, like, from my bed. I'm just, like, letting it do its thing because I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't even say anything because I'm, like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do. So that's going on maybe for, like, 10 minutes. And then, oh, man. This part's kind of hard to describe. So I am basically, like, my vision just completely changes. In a weird way. Like, imagine like those security camera systems. I'm thinking of like the old school ones where they had a whole bunch of screens, or maybe they still do that. Where it's just like, different areas of like a place, right? So like you're at a bank, you're a security guy, you're looking at a big ass screen with like little screens that show different areas of the bank. Like, imagine something like that. So that is what I was seeing in my vision. Like, I'm not looking at a screen. The screen is my vision. So like, it's different parts of my house in each of these squares. Like, I don't know if anyone's going like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. This is when I started freaking the hell out. So I'm like not even in control of like my body or anything, because I don't, how are you supposed to move if your vision is like security camera screens? Like, that is what it was. Holy shit, it's terrifying. Like, I'm sweating just talking about that, because it's just not a good time. It's really not. So I see these security camera screens, and then I say like, mom, like I say that, but it's all distorted and echoey and weird. It sounds like it's coming from like not even me. It sounds like it's coming from multiple feet away. Like, I'm hearing it, someone else saying it. And I hear like a distorted, like, yelling from my mom, because at the time she's just like, oh, you're just trying to get out of bed. It's a school night. Go back to bed. She doesn't realize that I'm like tweaking out. And then finally, I think she realizes that I'm tweaking out. So like, again, while this is all happening, it's all like the security camera vision. So I'm not really even seeing anything. Like, I couldn't focus on any screens, so to speak, because the whole vision was the screens. Like, I couldn't like look at an individual one to see what the fuck was going on. So yeah, that happens. And then the vision goes away, and I'm back in my room, the light's on. So I must have passed out at this point, or like, well, not passed out, but I lost the ability for me to like retain memory, because that was all happening. And then all of a sudden I'm, it skips in time, and I'm like on the ground or floor, like in my bedroom, crying. The lights are on, my parents are there, like, what the hell's going on? So they're trying to figure out like, and eventually figure out that I had taken this medicine. They're like calling the doctor and like, what do we do? But after that, like, everything was fine for a little bit. Like, I was just understandably freaked the hell out. But I'm okay. Like, everything's fine. So like, they're doing that. They call the doctor. The doctor's like, yeah, well, it's already in the system, but it should be relatively safe. Like, it's not like anything bad's gonna happen. So just kind of let the hallucinations play out. And so like, I'm just wide awake. Like, I can't go back to sleep. And then I think everything was fine for like an hour. I don't remember like there being any issues. But I was just in the living room with my dad. He was watching like a basketball game, something like that. At this point, it was like around 11 p.m. This is what I mean by like, I can really remember, because it was so traumatic. Like, my brain is like, I guess instead of forgetting everything, just remembered all the details. So like, I know exactly, like, it was around 11 o'clock, because that's when the next bad thing started happening. Uh-oh, this could be a problem. I need to get out of here. So I'm dead. All right, the show must go on. I don't care. You're just gonna have to watch me play round one again. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I don't want to restart. So, where was I? Yeah, like, everything was normal. It was 11 p.m. My dad like was watching a basketball game, and I could just feel it coming on. Like, I could just feel that something bad was going to happen. Like it was almost like a feeling. And I was like, I just look at dad. I'm like, hey, I think it's going to happen again. And he's like, what? Because like, again, they have no idea what I'm going through. But when I say it, I mean like, these hallucinations, like I'm about to be hallucinating again. So I remember like he got up, he like grabbed my arm, like, as in like, is everything okay? And then my vision started spinning. So it was like a full 360 like degree spin of like, like just going and going and going. Like, I mean, I don't know how to explain that. Like, you spin around like this, like, like you stand up and spin around. It was like that, but it wasn't horizontal, it was vertical. Okay, that's I think what I'm trying to get at, is like my vision was spinning, like if you imagine it was inverted, but now it's just spinning around and around like that. So it was like the wrong type of spinning. I mean, if there's even a right type. And he grabs my arm, and then like that is spinning with my vision, and it starts getting like tangled. Like, I'm talking like, dude, it was fucking weird, dude. Like, my whole arm and everything was getting all tangled up in this spin. So it was like, I don't even know how to explain that. Like, imagine if my arm was string and you're spinning it around, like it gets tangled up, understandably. And that's exactly what I was seeing. Like everything was just getting tangled up in this spin. Oh yeah, also fun fact, I fucking pissed myself. Yeah, I literally pissed myself during this, not out of fear. I don't think so. It was just like involuntary. It just happened. Like I had no choice. It just started happening. It was very strange. Or maybe that is what happens if you pee yourself out of fear. Like it just started doing it. Like I don't know. So that, the vision spinning, I'm like freaking the fuck out. And that lasts maybe like a minute or two, which, when this stuff is happening, it feels like forever. And then eventually it just stops and I'm okay again. And like my dad is understandably like, what the fuck is going on? Like, are you okay? Like, what is going on? And I'm just like, it's gone. It's gone now. The hallucination, it ended. And so I like run to the bathroom to, finish peeing. I guess I wasn't done. And then everything was fine again. Like I was back to normal. Oh, dude, this is really hard to talk about. But I want to talk about it. Like, it's good to talk about because I thought it was interesting and also like, get it off my chest, I guess. So yeah, the spinning's happening. That's done. I pee. Everything's good. And then I think everything was fine again. It was like, again, a couple hours of nothing. So at this point, it's probably like 12 or 1. But I can't fall asleep. Like, this has messed something up with my ability to sleep because I just can't. Like, not that I was like, I'm scared, I don't want to sleep. Like, I just didn't feel tired. And so I go up to my room at this point and start watching TV, just doing anything to like, get my mind off of this. And again, everything was fucking fine. Like, everything's fine for a couple hours. And then I could feel that feeling again. It started coming back on and I'm like, shit, it's going to do it again. So at this point, I like know ahead of time that it's going to happen. So I'm like running to, my parents' room to wake them up and be like, hey, like it's about to go down. And like, I'm about halfway there and then I lose all sense of balance. Like I literally just collapse onto the floor, like not out of pain, nothing like that, but just, I lost all sense of balance. I couldn't move. So I just like fall onto the floor. And like, again, my vision does a weird thing where it tilts up. Like it wasn't like twisting or anything, but it just tilted up. Like everything was on a ramp. And I think that's also what made me like trip and fall, is because like, it's like, imagine you're walking on a flat surface, but all of a sudden your vision and your body is thinking that there's like a steep slope you're walking up. That's kind of what it did. And so I like fall down. And I'm like crawling at this point to my parents' room, like trying to like, wake them back up. And I think before I even get there, it ended. Like I was good again. So like it was a very mild one. And at this point, everything kind of chilled out. And I think that was like, the most of the hallucination was done. The next morning I get up, I throw up, and I don't think I go to school that day, which was great because, hey, kid don't go to school. That's great. I get to, sit around, play games and not worry about it. I think another thing that happened that it's really, really hard to explain. I think there was a word for it because I looked it up, but I forget, of course. It was like sensory dysmorphia, or that could be completely wrong. But basically, all of my senses got messed up in terms of like my touch. So like I was like at one point crawling on my bed and I felt like my hands were my arms and my arms were my legs. Like I have no idea how to explain this, but basically like when I would touch something, I would feel it somewhere else, something like that. And so I was like, getting all confused on where everything was. I know that sounds insanely weird, but that's exactly what it did. And that even stuck with me like after the fact. Like I could actually trigger that feeling if I like crawled on my bed like years and years. Like even now I think I could probably do it, even though it'd be very mild, but it permanently fucked with me because like if I do it in a right way, I can get that same sensation where my hands, like when I touch them, I feel it somewhere else, and like I get confused on what my limbs are doing. It's impossible to explain, but that happens. Wow. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry the gameplay's boring. This is actually pretty intense to talk about, so it's kind of hard to play and talk at the same time. But I don't know. I just figured I'd share that with you guys, and maybe it was interesting to hear about. Anyways, I think that's about it. Later. Well, if you're new here, I like to do this thing where I shout out literally everybody that's commented on the, since I last posted. So thank you, Jackson.Pro Prewedo22, Big Black Payness, this motherfucker, KP Ninja, 007, Tap Milk, Jade Ikari Shuffy, Chonker1, Eekbug, 7491, Lila Hobbiton. I like that name. That's a good name. Parker 1550. Seriously, guys, this is insane. Like, I already have 31 subscribers. I was not even expecting to have 4. So, thank you. Also, I've been messing with the audio. Is this better? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Let me know if this audio is like better or not. And yeah, thank you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.